Alright, Shalom. This is Yashawan from GMS Great Waters Camp. I'll do a video on the economy because you got this deadline coming up on October 17th that the U.S. Might default on its debt. This is going to be a feature video on our new channel, um, GMS Niagara Falls 1. We're going to be putting up some videos on that channel. Lord's will, you brothers get edified by them videos. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. And brakatah to you brothers teaching us truth and sincerity. Because the brothers that are sincere about this truth are going to be the ones that are going to be alright, if they're of the elect. Because the bad times, they might be around the corner, It's true that if this October 17th deadline does hit and a deal is not met on the debt ceiling, the U.S. government could afford to go on for a few more days, But once November 1st hits, and they won't be able to pay Social Security or the military or other programs, and all hell's gonna break loose. You had an incident that happened with a computer glitch on the for the food stamp program, and in 17 states, people couldn't get their food stamps, and they were going on the internet and threatening to riot. But that was just a test by the elites because they knew that shit was gonna happen. That shit don't ever happen, man. You know that shit don't ever happen. How often do you hear about computer glitches for food stamp programs? It really don't happen. Maybe once in a while it might happen for a state, but not 17 states at once, man. See, they're just doing this shit to gauge everybody's reaction. So I know that when shit goes down, there's gonna be riots. When shit really goes down, there's gonna be riots. Um, got this article here called "Losing Faith: Global Financiers Look to De-Americanize" on RT.com, because everybody's losing confidence in the United States. All the other nations losing confidence in all these other nations that lent the U.S. Lent the U.S. money. They're not going to be getting paid back, so they're moving their assets around, trying to protect themselves. And that's just going to further help the downfall of this place. Okay, it reads: the U.S. debt default could hit on Thursday, and world leaders are second guessing the dominant role America plays in finance. Regardless of the final decision in Washington, confidence and credibility in the U.S. has already eroded. So even if, at least according to this article, even if the United States comes to a deal on the debt ceiling, um, many world leaders already think that America's done, man, and they're moving elsewhere to protect their finances. Like it says, confidence and credibility in the U.S. has already eroded. In an editorial published by the Chinese state-owned press agency Xinhua, a columnist says the U.S. economy has, quote, failed and put many countries who hold state assets in dollars at risk. Right, because these countries that let the United States borrow money, they're at risk of not getting their money back. You got nations that lent this country hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars, and they might not get paid any of that money back. So they're doing what they can to protect their investment. To that end, several cornerstones should be laid to underpin a de-Americanized world, the editorial read. Which is pretty funny because this is going to be a de-Americanized world. You know, it's going to be destroyed. There's not going to be no America, period. Last week, China, the biggest U.S. creditor, started to make preparations for a technical default on loans. The European Central Bank and the People's Bank of China have agreed to start supplying each other with their currencies, avoiding the dollar as an intermediary currency. The currency swap agreement will last for 3 years and provide a maximum of 350 billion yuan. I believe that's how you say it. 56 billion to the European Central Bank and 45 billion euro, $60.8 billion to the People's Bank of China. In a further sign of growing distrust, China introduced a so-called haircut or discount on the value of U.S. treasuries held as collateral against futures trades. Developing and developed nations are equally concerned, and institutions like the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund have issued several warnings. Alright, because these nations, man, they're getting sick of America's bullshit. They're basically telling America to get their ass in line. But even if they do get their ass in line, which we know they won't, they're already looking elsewhere. Because America's not going to be the center of the world no more, regardless of the outcome. Christina Lagarde, managing director of the IMF, told the U.S. they must uphold their financial promises to the international community and raise their debt ceiling. Failing to do so will put the world at risk of tipping yet again into a recession, or, it'll be a full-blown depression. They're just sugarcoating it. It's going to be a full-blown depression if they don't raise the debt ceiling. Lagarde said in an interview on NBC's Meet the Press, which aired on October 13th, "You have to honor your signature. Give certainty to the rest of the world." Lagarde urged the U.S., a strong supporter of the international lending tool. With these devils, man, they don't honor their word. They're a bunch of liars. In fact, let me get a scripture here. Ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. It's Job 13:4. Esau is a forger of lies, man. And according to the article, if they don't honor their signature, that's why they're the forger of lies. They forge their signature pretty much, and they're not going to give certainty to the rest of the world. The country that has long provided a sturdy backbone to the global economy is now teetering on a mass default. Right, because the United States is the center of the world. It's that sturdy backbone that these guys are talking about here. And if it defaults, all hell's going to break loose. There's been nations in the past that have defaulted on their debt, but none with the economic backbone and power that America's had. If U.S. lawmakers don't forge a solution to raising the debt ceiling by October 17th, investors with U.S. Treasury bonds, one of the lowest risk assets, could suffer. It's not just China that's at the mercy of U.S. lawmakers. It's everybody in the world that is at mercy of U.S. lawmakers right now. Right, because the whole world's going to suffer. David Kuo, investment advisor at Motley Fool, told RT. China is trying to diversify away from U.S. treasuries. And a lot of other nations are too, They're trying to get away from the dollar. And If you've been checking the currency markets, the U.S. dollar is declining almost daily, and it's been for quite some time. This is just going to further speed the process, even if they come to an agreement. China is trying to diversify away from U.S. Treasuries, said Kowal, adding investors cannot just assume an asset is 100% safe. China holds nearly 1.3 trillion in treasuries. Japan has 1.14 trillion. Other big foreign creditors include Caribbean creditors, Brazil, Taiwan, Russia, and European nations. So things aren't looking good for this shithole. Other creditors have decided to keep calm. Russia ranked the 11th on the list of the U.S. top creditors with the estimated 132 billion in U.S. treasuries. Plans to keep their treasuries. I don't see the need for revising our reserve investment strategy in U.S. treasuries. Russian Finance Minister Anton Selvanov said at a press conference on October 11th following a meeting of the G20 finance and central bank chiefs. What's happening now, I hope, is a fairly short-term situation, Selvanov told reporters, noting Russia's investment plan is long-term. That might be one of the things that gets Russia ready to nuke this place, because they already hate America. Even though they're investing in it, they still hate this place. So you got these scoffers here that'll say, "Oh, well, see, America likes Russia." No, man, Russia likes America. Russia don't fucking like America, man. You gotta have your head up your ass if you think the Russians like America. The U.S. misses the debt ceiling deadline of October 17th and stops paying its creditors. It would be the first major Western government to do so since Nazi Germany under Hitler in 1933, which wasn't able to pay its debts following World War I. So the U.S. might tell the world, go fuck yourself and go into World War III mode. And that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful, because that means brothers, we would get out of here a lot quicker, man. The U.S. has a bank holiday today in honor of Columbus Day, which is a damn devil. However, after making little headway on solving the budget gap, both the Senate and the House will hold sessions on Monday. For Republicans, Obamacare has been a major stumbling block in agreeing to raise the debt ceiling, as they see the legislation as antithetical to their small government philosophy. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's get into some scripts. This is Zephaniah 1 and 11. Howl, ye inhabitants of Maktesh, which would be considered like a modern day Wall Street. For all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. Right, because when this economy goes down, man, it ain't gonna matter, It ain't gonna matter, Whoever the Lord decides is gonna live and die is what's gonna matter, man. The elect is gonna get out of here, And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles, and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. Therefore their goods shall become a booty. So the word for booty, spoil, Because Jake's going to take everything that these crackers got. And their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. The great day of the Lord is near, it is near, and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Now, when all hell breaks, when this economy crashes, man, all hell's gonna break loose. You're gonna see riots, race wars, famines. You know, it's pretty much a sign that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is ready to put things in action. You know, Yahweh Shai and his angels are near when that goes down. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord. Right? Because you fucking 2/3 and you heathen nations, man. You've sinned against the Lord. You know, and the Lord is going to bring America down and and there's going to be chaos created all around the world. People are going to fucking suffer, man. You deserve it. And their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. Right? Because all you people that depend on wealth, you love your wealth, you act like monetary gain is the thing to go, is the way to go. You know, like all these stupid fucking college kids that have, or even kids that have just graduated college, that are brainwashed into thinking that, you know, getting a good job and having money is everything. You're gonna be destroyed, man. Because that's not gonna deliver you in the day of the Lord's wrath. It's not gonna deliver you. What, you know, you people that are fucking you zombies are gonna be put to death, man. You fucking zombies are gonna be put to death. Because these elites got you right where they want you, man. Brainwashed into their system. And once their system goes down, man, you're gonna feel the wrath of the Lord. You know, you're gonna feel the wrath of the Lord. Your gold and silver is not gonna be able to deliver you, man. Because you should have seen this coming, man. You know, you got these dumbasses out there in the world that are just acting like this stuff isn't going on. You know, they rather talk about Adrian Peterson's son dying. Who gives a fuck about Adrian Peterson's kid, man? People want to talk about Adrian Peterson's son dying when all hell's about to break loose and the economy is about to collapse. But you know, that's them worldly people, man. You got these people are so simple they don't even deserve to live. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, which is talking about those missiles. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. What is that speedy riddance alluded to? Scriptures, or not the scriptures, the missiles, man. It's a speedy riddance, man, because once the missiles explode all over the country, all over this fucking forsaken land, then you know, it's a speedy riddance. Everybody's gonna die real fucking quick, man. There's gonna be millions of people dying in an instant. Next scripture is Ezekiel 7:19. They shall cast their silver in the streets. Let's talk about when all hell breaks loose.